You can do it again.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brian Kutz. I just lost in the top 32 of the North American World Championship qualifiers. The deck I chose for the event is Dragon Rulers, so I guess I'll just go through my main deck and my side deck. Starting with spells, I have one Heavy Storm. It's obviously like one of the best cards. Book of Moon, very versatile. Like you could use it in most matchups. You chain it to pandemics or like safe zones or whatever. Dark Hole. This has to be my MVP spell in the Prophecy matchup. I would always just like turbo into it and just OTK through their setup because Fate's dead when they don't have any spellcasters. Card Destruction, really powerful in Dragons, fills up your grave. Obviously it helps let you rejuke for more guys.
Sorry.
One Gold Sark. I actually kind of regret not playing at least two. The only reason I only played one is because I was running 3 swords already, and I want to be able to activate my dragon effects. So like I think like having 3 and 3 would block. One Chalice. This was like instead of breakthrough skill, I liked it because it's a spell. You don't have to set it to go off. And obviously there's that Colossal Fighter OTK loop that people have been talking about. 3 Sword. This was really useful in digging for me, or digging cards for me in like matches like Prophecy. That let me get Heavy Storm and Dark Hole online a lot faster, just so I could take a few hits from them because they can never really OTK you, and you just eventually Dark Hole and Heavy Storm your field and wreck them. 3 Rejuve. That's just the best card in the deck. It draws you so many cards. It's like you go plus a million. Onto monsters. I used 1 Swift Scarecrow. This is just for the mirror, obviously, and I didn't want to have too many against like decks like Spellbooks where it wouldn't do anything. And plus, since I ran 3 swords, I was able to draw into it usually, or if people took the Max C challenge and just kept on special summoning, I could just eventually draw into my 1 copy, hopefully. If not, then that just sucks. 3 Max C. For the mirror, this is just the nuts. It's not good against any other deck right now, but having this makes it so that they can't do anything this turn, because then you just get to OTK them next turn unless they have a Scarecrow. 3 Effect Veiler. This card is used in so many matchups, and it's also really important in the mirror match when they try and go for surprise damage, or they try to Blader, or they try to Gaia Dragon a token, or Karagari Shogun a token. And even if you don't use the effect negation against some deck that you're playing against game 1, you can still synchro with it, which is really good. This guy, I preferred him over the Fire Tuner because you need Blaster for all of your OTKs. So when you're searching out a tuner, it's better to use Tempest in my opinion than Blaster. 2 Stream, 3 Tidal. I mean, this is E-Dragons. That's just standard. It's gonna be like the same for every element. 2 babies, 3 big guys. Not much to say here. That's it for the main deck. For the side deck, I sided 1 extra Swift Scarecrow, that's just for the mirror, and possibly Mirror Mills if like it's anything that tries to OTK you. This was my worst choice all weekend. 1 Droll Knockbird is terrible at 1. Even at 3, I wouldn't side it just because Prophecy tends to side in Deep Fissure games 2 and 3, and cards like Mind Drain. I think I rather would have run a 2nd Sidewalker, who can just be used in like any rogue matchup. He can be used against those broken continuous cards that stop you, like Imperial Iron Wall and Mind Drain, Goes In or whatever. 2 Tsukiyomi. Brought this in against Prophecy and Evil Storm. I like this better than Side Blocker against Prophecy because it actually triggers right away on summon, whereas Side Blocker just get faded instantly. And obviously it's good against Ophion too because it just flips him down and then you get to go off. Unless they have like Dark Illusion or a preemptive safe zone. 3 MST, people like to side in all these continuous cards against you to stop you, so that's just kind of stable. 2 Skill Drain. I like that card against Evil Swarm. I tried it out against Prophecy a couple games, but I think I didn't like it because when I attempt to use a baby effect, they would just fade it and while they have a Jowgen up and then release. Vanity's Emptiness. It's really good in the mirror match. You could set up like a Drago Sack or a Mermail Viscaios or even a Big Eye behind and like set this, wait till they pitch a baby, you chain it, they don't get anything, they just lost 2 cards and now you're in a really dominant position. And 3 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This is obviously for Prophecy. If you get it early on, you just pull out. Of course, if they go first and you can't get it set up that well, then it could be a dead draw, but that's just a risk you have to take playing against that. And that's everything, I think. So I guess there's my shirt. So.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Yeah. 3 Drago Sack. That's obviously like the best card in the extra deck. It's just so good at like keeping you alive and putting pressure on them. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't grab any less than 3. I've gone into 3s too many times, like, and sometimes I get on like 4th one if it's possible.
What?
2 Big Eyes.
What'd you pick? Get started.
I haven't actually summoned 2 in one game, but I think there are these situations where it came up, and obviously it's an Eradicator target, and it's just a good way of punishing people for making their own Big Eye against 2. Mermail with Viscaios. He's really good in the mirror match. They can't attack with him. He can negate things. Obviously, they could like make a Drago Sack and tribute him to get around his effect, but like then they just like had to use a Drago Sack to like his least extent. Guy Dragon Thunder Charger. He's a good way to get a lot of unexpected damage on Drago Sack tokens, and you can pretty much win you the game if you've already swung it. Like Drago Sack and a blaster, and like it just could just come out of nowhere or whatever. For synchros, 1 Armory Arm. Cool thing about Armory Arm is that you could equip it to your opponent's monster and just ram it with all your dragons for 8,000 damage because the burn goes to your opponents. And obviously you make it with a tuner and a Drago Sack token. 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern. I don't like this guy at all. I never want to summon a Veiler because, especially in the mirror match, because like if they stop your push, then you now are without like protection or hand trap. Although like he does get really beefy. I think I made him once, but it wasn't against the mirror. It was against some other rogue deck where I just needed to kill them really quickly. 1 Black Rose Dragon. He's an out to Obelisk. He's good against like stun decks if they can't stop him. Obviously, resolving that's pretty powerful. Karakuri Shogun, Burai. He's really good. You make him with a tuner and then 2 Drago Sack tokens, and since he can tilt a token or one of their tokens to attack mode, and then you can also use them for overlaying on the Gaia Dragon. So you can swing at 1 attack position token and then Gaia Dragon over the other token and do a lot of damage to them. Like if you already attack with Blaster, that should be like mostly game. It needs the machine non-tuner, so you use like Drago Sack tokens. Yeah.
Oh! I thought it was Earth Monsters. I was like,
no.
oh, yeah.
Let's see. Crimson Blader, obviously if you're resolving the mirror, you're in a really good spot. Most likely you're going to win if you resolve it, unless they have like Scarecrow. Obviously you don't want to go into him too soon because they could just Veiler him and punish you for making him like with a Colossal. Speaking of Colossal, He's really good because it lets you OTK through 2,800 attack monsters just by attacking and then reviving himself. Or even a dirtier play is like when they have their blader up and some other guy, you just colossal into him, steal their blader and blader over it. Really busted. Scrap Dragon, just another dragon. He's good against rogue decks. Pretty big. He's another dragon that you can remove. He's also Earth. Pretty useful. Red Dragon Archfiend, I never went into him. I just used him because I might have, if somebody sided in rivalry against me, like Prophecy, I don't know who would, I would be able to have a target for that, and he's also compatible with Eradicator. Yeah, and that's my whole extra deck. And I got my tokens for various acts. Yeah.
Alright, man, thank you.